Hi, Michelle here from Travelling Over 60. Come join me on this adventure. Hopefully you're following me and you've watched this video. This tells you the first steps I took to book my trip to Canada and Alaska. That video talked about what we did after we booked our trip. We booked insurance and visas. Have a look at that. But let's look what we did next. Once I've booked a trip, I always go and check out what vaccinations I need. Now you can just Google that online and go and have a really good look at where you're going and what you need to have. As we're getting up in age, one of the hazards is we start to have things going wrong. So book an appointment with your general practitioner, get them to give you a full checkup to make sure you're healthy to travel, and they can arrange any of those vaccinations that you need. Another hazard could be your teeth. If you haven't had a checkup recently, you might like to have that done before you travel as well. Trying to find a dentist out of your hometown is really tricky. Call me crazy, call me old, just call me plain old organised. Now, while you're getting everything checked, it might have been a while since you had your eyes checked, so you might like to get that done too, and maybe even get another pair of glasses. When you travel, don't forget to take your glasses, and if you need to, take a spare. Enough about the hazards, let's think about some of the fun things. Once you book your trip, you might like to go over into the App Store and have a bit of a look for a countdown app. There's so many there. Have a look what suits you and then track how long it's going to be till you leave. While you're in that App Store, you might like to have a look at some of the apps that you might need while you're on tour. Have a look and see if there's one for your particular tour, or if you're going on a cruise, for the cruise line that you're travelling with. Now the next thing I did was I went over to Facebook and I've joined a roll call. Now a roll call is where you go onto Facebook and you up in the right hand side there you can see search Facebook. We went on in there and we put the name of our tour to see if there was a roll call there. And we didn't find one for the actual tour, but for the cruise part of our tour, we actually found a roll call. So a roll call is where you join up for your particular, in this case, cruise. You can talk to all the people that you're going to be cruising with. They may not be on the other part of your tour, but you'll meet people on there, maybe from your same country. There might be people on there that have done this cruise or tour before and they can give you some advice and some tips. It's just a bit of fun and it's a great way to meet the people you're going to be travelling with. Now you may not find this straight away. Sometimes you have to keep searching until it gets closer to your trip, but it needs to wait till somebody sets up the group. So keep watching for it. Now, most things are done online these days, so we went across and we signed up for APT, who is doing our tour. If you've watched my other videos, you know that I like to print these things out as well. Now, I read everything online, but I did print it all out and I will take it in a folder with me just so I have it on hand in case I can't get into the internet or onto my phone for some reason. Now, while I was on here, I went through and I read everything that we're going to be doing on this particular tour. Then I went on to YouTube and I looked up all the different places so I could see if there was any hazards that were going to affect me. Now, some of the things on my tour, we're going to have a choice of one thing or another. So we have a bit of an idea of what we will choose. Now, that was the land portion of our tour. We also have the cruise portion, which is through Holland America. Now we signed into their website and we went along and we had a look at all the different things on their website. One of the things we found was a loyalty program. So we signed up for their loyalty program in case we ever travel with them again, and we'll have this trip's points to put towards that. Next comes the exciting bit, choosing what shore tours you'll do. Now, you may choose not to do your shore tours through the cruise line and do some that are a third party. Now, for my husband and myself, we don't do that. We book through the cruise line to make sure that we'll get back in time for the cruise, and if anything happens, they're going to take care of us. Now, all cruise lines are different. Some of them will have the tours out straight away. Some you have to wait for 90 days. Others you have to wait for 60 days. It just depends who you're traveling with. All I can say is keep going back every couple of days until they put the tours out, and book them as soon as you can because they get booked out really quickly. Okay, let's have a look at our checklist so far. We've booked our trip, we've booked our insurance, we've booked our visas, we've checked what vaccinations we need, we've visited the doctor, we've visited our dentist, we visited the optometrist, we loaded on the cruise app, we loaded on a countdown, we joined a Facebook roll call, and we checked the tour websites and the cruise ship tour excursions. While we're checking our list, have you given me a thumbs up if you thought this was a good video? Have you subscribed to my channel? And ring the notification bell so you'll be notified when I put up my next video. If you'd like to see the tours that I've booked for the cruise, come back and see my next video and I'll show you.